Now let me tell you how I travel solo. Some of you have said I'm the bravest person they know, that I just wake up and I just jump and I go. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Vmart. How are you doing? Popular question I've had lately is, how do I travel solo? Like, if you haven't seen my New York travel vlog, get on it, go and watch it. If you're not part of the Vymartfam, click that link and subscribe, and let me tell you how I travel to different cities solo. First things first, let me tell you about me and traveling. So for me as a person, traveling is exhilarating. When I go into a new city, I want to learn something new. I like to get out of my house every 3 months and go to a different country. And I think particularly when it comes to getting on airplane, there's something that getting on airplane does for me. And if you live in England, well, before Brexit, flying across Europe is so easy, it's so cheap, it's almost like you're jumping on a train or you're jumping on a bus and you're going to the next store. So that's I thought I should tell you guys the reason why traveling is such a big deal for me. I want somebody else to be able to travel better or be inspired to travel because I travel. So first things first, have a list of the places you want to go to, because if that place you want to visit is on your bucket list, then it would inspire you to want to get up and go. So that's one. Number two, get your accommodation right. Now, it depends on your budget, it depends on your financial situation. You might want to travel and stay in a hostel, or stay in an Airbnb, or stay in a hotel, 3-star, 4-star, luxurious 7-star hotel. It's totally up to you, but there's one thing I would say to you. If you're traveling solo, don't hold back on accommodation. Get a good accommodation. I'll tell you why. In case the city you are going to is not good, you can stay in your fine hotel or your comfortable hotel and you can just be sleeping. In fact, if you can, book a spa hotel, because you can do everything inside if you just don't like that so-called bucket list city that you finally traveled to. Number three, Google where you are going. So you're going to this city you've never been before. Get on Google, ask Google the typical attractions that people go to and see what you fancy. That way you sort of have a plan of a plan, a very light plan, because you're going to a city that you have never been to before. So have a light plan of the places you would like to see. Like when I went to New York, I knew a few people who had been to New York before, so I asked them. I also checked on Google, and then I told people where I was staying, so they sort of gave me ideas around where to go to, what to look out for, the distance from where I was to where the different attractions were. And in the end, I didn't need a bus tour. I didn't need any tour guide. I did everything myself. That's because I asked people and I asked Google. Yeah? Tip number 4, don't stay too long. If you're traveling solo, you get to a point where you might get bored and you don't want to risk it. So my guidance to you is 3 to 5 days, between 3 to 5 days or 3 to 5 nights. It's kind of okay, because day one, you're getting used to the new area. You don't, it's getting okay. Day 2, you're exploring, you're still excited. From day 3, you know the law of diminishing return. Before you get to that peak of the curve is day 3. For me, day 3 is peak of the curve. Before you start diminishing from the peak of the curve, because I get excited about a new city and I can get fed up about a new city at the same time. So before I start getting fed up, by day 4, I packed my bag and I've gone back to my home that I know where and everything is. So don't stay too long. Tip number 5. This tip is linked to one of the tips I mentioned earlier around stay in a nice hotel, so that in case the city is not nice, at least your hotel is nice. Tip number 5, take your comfort with you. For me, my comfort is my Bible, my iPad, my earplugs, good music or internet. I make sure I pay for internet in the city where I'm going to and there might not be internet. I take my favorite tea and I take my favorite custard cream biscuit, because that's my comfort. That's my, how do you put it? It's what I know. It's my normal, because I'm going to a new city. It's half excited and it's half scary. So I want to find the middle ground, which is my comfort blanket, my custard cream biscuit, and all the other things that I mentioned before. So take something that is familiar with you. If it's your favorite pillow, put it in your suitcase, because when you get to that city and you don't like it, when you hold your pillow, you feel normal again, and you'll be able to enjoy the days remaining before your flight. Or if you can change your flight, maybe go back early if it's really bad. But I've never had a bad experience. I've never been to a city and I've just felt like, oh my God, I need to go. Every city that I've been to, I say that and I'm thinking, have I been to a city that I didn't like? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. And all of these tips I'm giving you, nobody told me. I figured them out because it always helps me. A good example is New York trip, right? I knew I wanted to eat, but I also know that I've been reducing the portions of my food for the last 9 months, so I'm not able to eat as much, and I know Americans eat a lot. So I took my detox tea. Now that's my comfort, because my detox tea will help me open my bowels. It'll help me settle down, because I don't want to eat today and have to wait 2 days to be able to eat again. That's wasting my holiday. So I took my detox tea. So literally, I felt like I was wasting my money, but I didn't care. I will go out, I will eat, and then I'll come home and I'll drink 2 or 3 detox tea, and the next day I'm back on the streets and I'm eating again. I came for the food, so I actually have to eat, and detox tea was one of my comfort blankets. So that's tip number 5. And now the final tip: make up your mind to enjoy it. You've paid this money, you've taken time off work, you're about to take something off your bucket list. Enjoy it. It's your money. How bad can it be? You go to a fancy hotel or a nice hostel or a nice Airbnb. It's different from your house. Sometimes the pillows are even nicer than your house. So make up your mind to enjoy it. So these are all of the tips that I've given you. Now, my point around traveling, I definitely think New York has been my favorite so far. I want to go back. In fact, I'm praying that I get a secondment to work outside of New York for at least 9 months. So Vymartfam, help me to pray. Join me in this prayer. I want to go back there. I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of London, but they are a lot happier and nicer. Now, I don't want to go into the review of New York because that's another video. Make sure you watch that. So I'm going to sign off here. I hope these 6 tips on how to travel solo is able to help you. Leave a comment. Let me know if you're a solo traveler. Let me know if you're considering it. Let me know if after listening to these tips, you still think I'm brave, or you just think, actually, it's not rocket science. I'm going to do it. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.